Hello, this is a quick tutorial for SuperGNES, an Android SNES emulator, so you can quickly find answers to the most common questions. To get it out of the way, we are a Super Nintendo emulator and cannot run PlayStation or Sega Genesis games, or any of the Pokemon games for any platform. After you've installed SuperGNES from Google Play, you'll be asked to scan for ROMs. This will scan your entire SD card and find any valid SNES ROMs. Remember to check Download Cover Art if you're on an internet connection. If you do not have any games, you can search the internet for one, such as the freely available Classic Kong we have developed. Just select the ROM from the list and you're good to go. You can launch from the system notification bar, or simply rescan from the SuperGNES interface. The full version of SuperGNES supports both saving and loading. You can still save in the light version, so you can load your save states when you upgrade. To save and load mid-game, just bring up the menu. You can mark ROMs as favorites to find them easier in the Favorites tab. Just press and hold the ROM, then select Favorite. You'll now see it appear in the Favorites tab. To remove from Favorites, press and hold the ROM and select Remove Favorite. This is the Settings menu. We'll go over all the options here. First off is the Profile option. This lets you quickly change a profile or create a new one. A profile saves button mapping and other miscellaneous settings. It doesn't save layout information. We'll go over that later. You can choose from one of several presets for the screen size, for portrait and landscape separately. My personal favorite is the 4:3 aspect ratio, just like the old TVs. If you want to force a specific orientation, you can, but you will usually want to leave this alone. Sound off, sound on. You get the idea. You can change the mappings for each button if you want to use some of your phone's hardware buttons, like the volume buttons or a keyboard. If you want to press multiple buttons at once, such as the very common LRA combination for Chrono Trigger, you can set up one of the custom slots to do this. I'm just setting this to the volume up key for an example. Option buttons, same thing. You can set certain functions like turbo to a hardware button if you want. You can also reset the button mappings. I'll set the A button to something for an example. And then we just reset the controls. This is where you'd go if you're using an IME for a physical controller. Just choose the input device and you're good to go. You can disable the on-screen touch controls if you want, such as if you're using a physical controller or the Xperia Play. This is not recommended for tablets that don't have a hardware menu button. You can create custom layouts, so you can swap between configurations for different games or genres really easily. And here is the layout editor. You can resize and drag around the different on-screen elements however is most comfortable to you. You can also set the screen size from inside the editor. Just select an element and click the trash can to remove it. Add them back from the plus icon. The full version of SuperGNES also lets you change to these different themes: Genesis, Slick Motion, etc. Adjust the amount of rumble feedback you get from the on-screen touch controls by adjusting the feedback slider. To completely disable rumble feedback, simply turn the slider all the way down. If you have an older device with a trackball, you can enable that here. Turbo speed adjusts how many frames are skipped per second in turbo mode. The default is 30, which is useful for lengthy unskippable cutscenes. But if you just want to enjoy moderately faster gameplay, you'll want to turn that down to 3. Autosave on, autosave off. And finally, here's where you can change the default ROM directory. SuperGNES looks at your entire SD card directory, but if you have a special folder for ROMs, you can navigate to that here. This has been a quick tutorial for SuperGNES. Don't forget to leave us a review on the Google Play Store.